This is the Ask a Photographer podcast, answering your photography-related questions about general photography, workflow, editing, business, and marketing. To submit a question, go to biblino.com/ask. Hello and thank you for listening. My name is Mike and I'm from biblino.com. Today's question is from Tom, and he's asking, how do you avoid getting ripped off when buying a second-hand lens? Hey Tom, thanks for your question. A few things you may want to consider when buying second-hand lenses. What I try to do is to buy in person, so this allows me to inspect the lens, and I also do bring a camera with a memory card. So first thing to do is to actually check any visible damage on the lens. Over time, you know, when we've got the lenses on our camera bodies with the strap over our shoulders or around our necks, you're going to bump into things. So it's natural for a second-hand lens to have some sort of markings on them. Ideally, what we would want is just the lens hood to have markings, because with the lens hood, you know, you'd use that to prop up the camera, or when you're walking by people or walking by something, it will be the first thing to get hit. Now, if you do find a lens that has markings on the actual lens itself, just be wary, because it may have been mistreated, dropped, that type of thing. So ideally, only to have markings of some sort on the lens hood and not on the actual physical lens. Next, I would actually take off the caps, so the front cap and the back cap, and point the lens to a bright light source. Could be a window or a light. And what we're looking for here is dust and also mold. I've had a few lenses over the years, you know, both primes and zooms, and I've noticed my zooms do tend to have one or two specks of dust, which, you know, for lenses that are over 10 years old or even a few years old, depending on where you photograph, is kind of normal. You know, as you're zooming in and out, dust is going to get in. So what we don't want is to see big pieces of dust, and also we do not want to see lots of dust inside the lens. And be careful of mold. You know, it could be black, could be greeny, bluey on the inside. It also could be what I've noticed is I had a lens that was repaired and it started to grow mold shortly after, and it looked like a water drop on one of the elements. And I find that once you've opened a camera or even a lens after it's been fixed, it's just never the same. So if you buy secondhand and you need to fix that type of thing, it's not going to be the same. So I would definitely run the opposite direction as soon as I see that, that's for sure. Putting the lens on the camera, testing to see what autofocus is like, you know, making sure that it will focus at all f-stops. And that's why you need to bring a memory card. And just remember, you don't need to buy the lens on the spot. You know, you have every right as someone buying something to try, within reason, of course, you know, within the confines of where the shop is or the person's home. Don't be pressured into buying anything that you feel not 100% for. So that's why bringing a camera body with a memory card and taking photos around that area where you're in, you know, at different f-stops, seeing how the focusing works. Also, what's it like manual focusing? You know, do you hear crunching sounds, you know, of the motor? Is the motor really, really loud? Some of the older lenses, they are louder than the more modern camera lenses. But what we really don't want to hear is crunching sounds, as if sand or anything like that. That's probably what I would do when it comes to buying a lens. Thanks for your question, Tom. Hope that helps. If you have a question that you'd like featured on the show, go to biblino.com/ask to submit your question. I'd love to hear what you think of the show by going to iTunes or Stitcher and giving me a review and a rating. And don't forget to subscribe so you get notifications of new episodes. Thanks for listening. Until next time, get out and take more photos. Oh look, it's a cat in front of a sunset.